the next stitch is the fly stitch, as you can see right there. There are 3 different ways of doing it. There's this one, which is shaped like a V or a U or a Y. Let's start with the V one. Go on that side. Right over the other. Now we don't go all the way through, we want to come up at the tip of this V. And then we pull tight, not too tight, but tight enough it gets that V look. And then we want to secure it with going back in. And we say, you are not going anywhere, stitch. You will stay where I want you. And we go to the next one, which is the Y, and it's pretty much the same with one small difference. That we do not pull it tight on the bottom. We let it stay loose so that it has the more U shape, like that one did before we tightened it. And then again, we don't want this going anywhere, and so we say, stay where you are, stitch. And there you go. And so the last option here is this Y hooking stitch. Now this might excite some younger siblings who are learning their letters. I have a 6-year-old who's learning his, and so he gets very excited whenever he sees lettering he recognizes. Alright, so here the same thing, and we do it tight because the top part of the Y is like a V in shape here, but instead of going here to keep it tight, we go down just a little bit, making it a longer tail to create that Y. So what do you think? What kind of birds do these look like? And then of course we finish the rest of them. Now the nifty thing of the next 2 stitches is that it's very similar to what we're doing here. And so by learning this fly stitch, almost like learning 3 stitches at once, which you will see in the next 2 lessons. The other ones I've gone left to right. This one I'm going right to left just because it's closer. I finished the birds. And there you are. Flying bird. Feel a little bit like that fuzzy haired guy that painted it. There we go. We are ready for the lazy daisy stitch. As I said in the last lesson, it's very similar to fly stitch. The difference is in the shape. You start and stop. Rotate this. Sorry about that jolt. So we come up and we come down right next to each other, not in the same hole, but very close. And then you come up here. So there you go. and then you make it stay where you want it. Just the same way as with the fly stitch. And there you go. Now that was a little bit awkward the way I did the loop there, so I'll show you a better way. As I sew, I don't do necessarily my hand movements exactly the same, and you'll probably notice that you don't either. So this time you're keeping hold of it, and by it I mean the loop, and you come through. Too tight. And make it stay where you want it. And there you go. And then you just keep doing that. All the way around, and of course for each daisy. Now the daisy here, as you can see, is not white like daisies usually are, or perhaps always are, I don't know. But white is harder to see on camera, so we're doing it blue. Blue is a very beautiful color too. Sure to not have it twist. As always, you pull through, and with the chain stitch, remember it is very much like the lazy daisy and the fly stitch. Go next to where you came up. Don't pull through all the way. As with all the stitches, they can be whatever length you wish. And there you go. And so you just tighten it a little bit more versus, here's the one I did finish, and the lazy daisy, you want to keep it more circular, but with the chain stitch it is tighter. And so we continue, go next to where you came up. Don't pull through all the way, and poke through, and there you are. Pretty easy, right? Once you get the hang of it. And there we have it. The chain stitch is now done. Moving right along, this one is different than every other one because it works like crayons filling in your picture. The reason it is called long and short is that you make long and short stitches. So go about halfway and come through, and then we make another long one. Oh, sorry, I keep bonking the camera. And we just repeat all the way across, and then we come back the other way to meet the short stitches. And here we are. This line wasn't perfectly even, so I'm just going to start the first short stitch going backwards right there. And you go in between here where the other short stitch is at the top, and then meet that stitch. And see, it fills it in nicely. Though in this case, you could get away with not going all the way across, because it is pretty full because I used the all 6 strands. So I'm just going to skip all of that and fill in this last one here. And there you have it. That's how you color in, or one of the ways that you can color in an embroidery. We have arrived to the last stitch of this first sampler, and it is called the blanket stitch. Now the blanket stitch is a really cool stitch for in hand sewing, especially, though I do appreciate it in embroidery as well, but you can make a loop for a button and you make a buttonhole using this stitch, and you can sew things together. It's just a really cool stitch. Alright, but for embroidery here, it is very pretty and decorative. So here I have gone up here, down here, don't pull through, because we're going to peek our head up here first, and we will pull it through. And there made a backwards L, and we're going to continue that. So we start here, 1, and then we go down 2, oops, here, and we come up 3. So when we come, or rather when you come to the end, whether you've run out of floss or you're just done, you secure it and finish it just like this. And that's it. As I was teaching the long and short stitch, I realized I should be teaching you the satin stitch as well. It's another way of coloring in with your floss. And just come up, and it's so simple, and we just come down. And as always, or as usual, when we do a stitch that fills in, it's called a filler stitch, we use all 6 strands. So here, that's literally just up and down, one side to the other, all the way across. And that's all there is to it. Now, what are the differences of the stitch between this one and the long and short stitch, and why not just do this one or the other one? It just gives a different look, different technique look to it. Now, if you have too much space as you've been going along, that's okay. You just go back and fill it in. And then you just continue. And there is the satin stitch, all done. So don't worry, I will update the pattern, the free version and the paid version. So the difference between this long and short stitch and this satin stitch is really how it looks. Of course, how you sew it is different, but the reason you would pick one over the other is just how it looks. Okay, so here it is, all done with the blanket stitch. And isn't it so fun? I hope you've enjoyed this video, and be sure to check out the kit or the free pattern below, and there will be another sampler out soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.